Okay. Let's see if that worked. That actually did work. Alright. Okay, give me a second, people. And we'll come over here to the lives. We're gonna. Okay. Live television. I'm gonna tell you what. Alright. So we're gonna do a little how to play Stellaris. Stellaris 4. There isn't a game you can purchase called Stellaris 4. Stellaris is in the 4th iteration of the same game. And there's been a few changes. And there's been some difference. And, you know, it's fair. Like, people. There isn't a game you can purchase called Stellaris 4. It's fair. People want to basically, you know, learn how to play Stellaris because it's really fun. And essentially, you know, there's been some changes and things like that. So this is Metallic Penguin. This has actually been requested of me to do, both in person and on the internet. So I thought, well, how do you do it in the YouTube algorithm sort of situation? Because this is going to be a couple of hours. I mean, there's a couple of hours of gameplay to go through. And, you know, I don't really want to edit the map of Stellaris because, you know, it's annoying to edit something that looks that similar all the time. So I thought, what to do? Well, let's do a YouTube Live. So here's what we're doing. We're doing the YouTube Live. And, okay, so when you come into Stellaris, you're met with this screen, okay? So we're going to do new game. Now, I had to reinstall Stellaris on my computer because I've distro hopped a couple of times. So these right here with the birds, these are species that I've made. The rest of these are kind of factory, if you will. But so let's create a new one. The ones in the purple outline, I don't have access to. I mean, cool. I had done a run with kind of the I call them kind of the legally distinct Cardassians. How do you do the legally distinct Cardassians? Well, these look like the Cardassians to me. And these are the spitting images, I think, of the legally distinct Romulans. Okay. So let's talk about what Stellaris is. Stellaris is kind of a 4X space opera. Kind of a 4X space opera. So it's a 4X space opera, and it allows you to simulate basically sci-fi tropes, right? So let's say like planet Earth unified, but wasn't like the legally distinct Federation, but was something else. So let's hit next. Now these are the origins, and the origins are the kind of the spine of your playthrough. Okay, and like no two playthroughs are the same or ever going to be the same in Stellaris. And also, that makes it replayable. That's why so many people play it. Okay. So, let's say like we're going to be the evolutionary predators, right? Let's do that. Well, I mean, but I want to pick my own ascension perks, right? I want to do my own ascension perks. So let's do the Starlit Citadel origin, which is going to be neat. Okay. Now, if you would like to go to war in Stellaris, let me go over this real quick. These are ethics points. These are ethics. So the orange or the red, that looks orange to me. But the orange is like 2 points. The green is 1 point. So if we said we were very militarist, which is going to give us buffs and debuffs. So this will give us a 20% ship fire rate and a minus 20% to our influencer cost. Also, it's going to be... It might make the war score higher. I'll get into that later. And let's say we are... Let's see, spiritualist. Do we want to be a little bit of religious zealots or a little bit of materialist or a little bit of egalitarian? These are... Let's do... I think this would give us more unity, because with the faction resource that they output is unity. And unity is important. A xenophobe means you can purge aliens. And I usually go with a xenophobe in Stellaris. Less in real life. Not in real life, but in Stellaris I go with a xenophobe. So let's go with a little bit of a xenophobia so we can purge. And being able to purge is important. And we're going to say, let's see, our government type. Let's say we are... Oh, that's terrible. I don't want that Empire side. No. No, we're going to be oligarchic. Now, these are our civics. Civics are very, very powerful. They override pretty much... Like, they can even override your origin. So you need to be very careful with these. And they, again, provide buffs and debuffs to your population. This will provide dark matter early. Let's say we're a warrior culture. Let's make us a warrior culture. And also, let's make us... So nationalistic zeal gives us negative 20% war exhaustion, claim influence cost of minus 15%, and a plus 5 diplomatic weight per arrival. That's kind of important. So we're gonna gain negative 30% on our total on our war exhaustion, which means we can fight longer, which is going to be important because space and Stellaris can be a little scary. Now we're going to go with our traits. Traits are like very, very important. Now you'll notice here we have 2 trait points and 5 trait picks. What that means is we got to pick negative traits. So let's do that first. We're going to be decadent. I want to be... Army damage of 40%. I want to have rapid breeders. So your population is your most important resource in Stellaris. There's no debating that. So, okay. Alright, now we have to pick 2 negative traits because we picked extremely adaptive and rapid breeders. So we must pick 2 negative traits. And one of them must be pretty negative. We can be unruly. Alright, now, let me show you what I just did. Let's take off unruly. We're red. Red means you can't go anywhere. If we add unruly, we can go places. What does unruly give us? Empire size from pops. 10% penalty empire size from pops, basically. That's fine. That's okay. What if we did, let me see. Okay, yeah, we're going to be the United Nations of Earth, but we're going to be the United Nations of Earth if we were a dark mirror universe, basically. So we're going to be... You can rename anything in Star. Oh, this is our human name. So we're going to say we're humans. The species is, what do you think? Humans. And human. Let's see. The Galactic Human Coalition. That's 2 on the nose. Because remember, so when Stellaris starts out, we don't know about other aliens. We've just sort of... we basically just kind of go off into the galaxy. We don't know about other humans yet. I mean, other aliens yet. Alright, so let's do the name and class. So what if we can pick, we can always pick, or not always, but we can pick the soul, and we're going to say Earth. And Earth is continental. And the sun, so the sun's name is Sol. So, okay. So, normally you'd have an advisor voice, but I'm going to be talking to you here. Alright. Flag. I mean, I could see where we're just this warlike people and we're so enamored of the new spaceship that we put it on our flag. So, yeah. Okay, now is this the spaceship? The spaceships are pretty much cosmetic. We're going to go with that. Okay, and then we get to do ruler traits. And these are like your rulers. Give you little bonuses. I like to go with Mining Rush. Okay. Now, when you come over here, this is where a lot of your replayability is going to come from. Alright, so we're going to hit play. Let me see. Yeah. Alright, now the basic idea of this playthrough is that we built basically a defense mechanism in front of a wormhole. And basically, so we have to basically go through the wormhole eventually and defeat these people. Now let's talk about what Stellaris is. This brings up a good point. I play with 3 mods. I play with Chris's Covert Operations. I play with Gigastructures is what this is. And I play with Start with a Dreadnought. I play on PC. Okay, confirm settings. I play on PC. I play on Steam. They came to me from the Steam Workshop. Okay. So let's go over the screen here. We have energy, which powers our buildings, powers everything, essentially. We have minerals, which make military. They also make buildings. They are refined into consumer goods and into alloys. This is your food. All organic species eat food. This is your trade. Trade is how we purchase things. You can refine consumer goods into a number of things, including trade, unity, and science. Okay. These are your strategic resources. We don't have any yet. This is your influence. Influence is the only thing you cannot produce in Stellaris. Meaning you have to basically guard it. Influence is how you peaceably or otherwise claim systems. Unity. Unity is how you hire experts, and it's also how you get traditions and stuff like that. Your science breaks out into physics, society, and engineering. Okay. All branches of science are equally important for different reasons. I don't care what the internet tells you, they are wrong. I play a very militarized version of Stellaris. I prefer to play a very militaristic version of Stellaris, and I'm telling you, all of the science is equally important. This is your empire size. It goes off development. Essentially, it boils down to how fast things happen in your empire. That's a little wrong, but it's essentially what it is. Your envoys, you have no envoys deployed. You have 2 available. These are your star bases. You have 1 developed out of a possibility of 3. Your all-important fleet cap is 19 of 44 at the moment. We can make that go up. We can make all this go up, except pretty much influence. Well, we can make it go up, but we can't make it go up, if you know what I'm saying. Down here, right below that, these are your notifications. Kind of like your cell phone has notifications. Stellaris has notifications. Right now, the notifications talk about research, we're going to pick research. Your research like this with a padlock is to research anything beyond that. You first have to research fusion reactor. Good idea. 191 months. We can make that go down. We will actually make that go down. We're selecting society. We're gonna pick that 191 months, because the reason we picked this over Unity, as important as Unity is, and Unity is crucial, is your naval capacity is pretty important too. And we're gonna go with Materials Workshop just because it's a certain kind of lab. All right, now, funny story. When I first booted up Stellaris all these years ago, I saw it was paused and I didn't know how to unpause it. Now, okay, you'll see here the date is 2200 January 1st. Okay, Stellaris takes place over time, right? So the game comes to you paused. I didn't know how to unpause it, and I put on Reddit, how do you unpause the game? It was days before somebody wrote me back. This is how to do it. You hit spacebar. Now that moves the clock. Okay, we're going to pause the game again so I can talk to you. So over here to my right is your Empire at a glance. This is going to become a lot more useful later on. Over here, this is the Dreadnought I start with. Let me zoom out so you can hear me. But this is the Dreadnought I start with a little bit. It's a military vehicle. It doesn't count against the fleet cap, which the fleet cap only basically counts against your Navy. This is your Starlit Citadel for the playthrough. Okay. So let me show you something else real simple, real basic. Do you see this white 2 by the society icon here? That means white in this instance means the Empire is not utilizing this Europa essentially to make for society research. We can fix that. So what we do is, let me find a construction ship. We left click the construction ship, we right click Europa. For 100 minerals, we're going to build a science station on Europa. We unpause the game, gradually it will move over there. Now, if we click Earth, you can see Earth at a glance. These down here, energy or generator, mines, and agriculture, correspond with these squares here. I don't know if you can see this, but this green is open, the orange is closed. We can unblock some of this, I think. No, we cannot. We have to research how to do it. Well, right here we haven't grown any in a month. If we unpause, let's see if we grew when the February report comes around. Oh, we grew 3 in January. Let's see. Nope. All right, so this is our economy here. There's basically on this planet, which right now corresponds to this. So what do we need? Well, let's leave one of these slots open. Let's say we need an alloy. We don't have enough minerals, so we have to wait. So what we do is, in order to find minerals, let's send our science vessel out to here, out to here, out to here. Let's right click this, survey that system. Alright. And he's got 15. Essentially 15 things to find on this planet. And he's going to go there in, a few days. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bam, off we go. And if we wanted, we can click over here and we can see he's got about 16 things to look at. Some of them are going to be nothing. Some of them are going to be stuff. And we absolutely need to build more alloys. So we gotta wait. Right now we gotta wait a few months to have enough alloys to build, or have enough minerals to build some more alloys. That's kind of rough. What we can do is we can click that, and in 200 and something days we'll have a new mineral district and make some more minerals. Okay. Stellaris is the action of Stellaris comes to you in text boxes. I'm gonna say something honestly, and I say this as somebody with hundreds of hours of Stellaris under my belt. If you're not a reader, if you're a skipper and not a reader, you might want to give this game a pass. As fun as this game is, you need to want to read what the game is telling you. I'm not going to read this to you, but I'll essentially tell you that the Skywatchers show that there's aliens coming, and we're going to have to need to use the Starlit Citadel. So, okay. Now, what all this is doing, we'll come down the left side here. This is our situation log. We'll be in and out of this. This is our government tab. If any of these people die or retire, the department they're over will decline, and we have to replace them. Okay, all right. So our society management. Next month, it looks like we're going to be having to pick a tradition. There's 5 traditions. Oh, we can pick it now. All right, so let's go ahead and pick domination. Now, we'll see. There's 5 of these, and then we pick an ascension perk. And each one of these 5 and everyone after it becomes progressively more expensive with unity, so we'll need to be making some unity. And hence, this is essentially the game of Stellaris. And this is okay, so here's the situation. This is the technology. You can see the technology's ticking away. We need to put in some science. Okay, let me show you, for the fun of it, this is the first little alien monster that this ship is killing, or that this thing is killing right here. They get progressively more, or progressively bigger, etc. etc., etc. Alright. And now we have to come over here and research what in the heck just happened. So, we need to stick a scientist into here. We're going to spend some unity. Now you see the game. Like, now you see... Okay, always do the habitable world. I'll always do the habitable world survey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, easy for me to say. Alright. Select the scientists, come over here, research this. So whenever you see this orange box in Stellaris, this means it's an event for a scientist or a construction ship or sometimes even a military vessel. Alright. Did we make... We did. We made more minerals. Fantastic. Alright. Did we make enough yet? No, we gotta make 25 more. We're gonna... So another month. And that's how hard up we are for alloys. Alright. Now, here's a decision. We need alloys, but we're going to be chewing through a lot of minerals to get them. And we need science. We need science, honestly. So let's build some science. So science chews on the consumer goods. And then this will come around in a few... This will finish in a few more times. And we check on the status here. I thought you... Hang on. Alright, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, I told it to do it. Okay, it's doing it now, though. Good, good, good. Stellaris is kind of buggy. I'm gonna say that. I love Stellaris, but Stellaris is kind of buggy. So think about that. I mean, consider that. If that's the thing that drives you crazy, you know. And also, like you see online, there was a guy put out a YouTube video I saw yesterday. He's a lot bigger channel than me. He talks about how expensive Stellaris is to buy everything. I mean, it is true, but it's not. Because you can play... If you buy Stellaris on sale and buy a couple DLC to go with it, you know, you don't necessarily... It's not like an RPG where you have to get all the stuff to be able to have the full experience. I mean, a buddy of mine actually says it like this. A buddy of mine actually says it like this. Paradox, that's the publisher of Stellaris. Paradox makes model trains in your computer, right? So it's like you're just buying things for model trains. And like nobody thinks you're going to have a model train set, a full model train set, like on the first day, right? Okay. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Alright. Did we make science? Let's see. Yeah. Alright. These things can also provide us with bonuses. So the cities on your home world and some other worlds too, they can provide you with bonuses. And these will provide us with science and with unity and consumer goods at the cost of minerals and other consumer goods. And here we're just going to take off. Alright, so let me show you what I did. I queued up biological ship remains, which is going to make some people. It's going to make 100 population for us. And we're going to build a city. And we still need other things to do. We still have other things to do. Alright, we're going to pilot a construction ship over here. We're going to right click. We're going to say for 60 and 90. We're going to go claim that. 60 influence and 90 alloys. Alright, now we're going to come over here. And we're going to survey this. And what this will do is it'll expand our border out, and then we'll start improving all these things. Alright. When you see something disappear in Stellaris now, it means that you've improved upon it. You built that. Alright, so removing this blocker will increase our habitability. Alright, new resource discovered. Removing this blocker will increase our habitability, it'll increase our happiness, and it'll give us a district at a base cost of 400 unity. Or 400 energy, sorry. Alright. Okay. We can also send this dude let's take the wheel and take the mouse wheel and see where we are in all this. Alright, so let's take our other scientist here and take him to this planet. Alright, we are a workplace, so worker resource output plus 5%. That's a little bit, but it'll accumulate. Alright. Now we're going to build alloys, because eventually we'll need alloys to basically make ships and whatnot. Okay, that has 1. This has 4. Oh boy. All right. got going on here? Oh, we got bad storms. I'm thinking this might be where to go, though, just because of this. Alright. This is an anomaly. You have to research anomalies before the game will let you settle there. Alright. A lot of the early game of Stellaris is hurry up and wait. And, like, if this isn't you, you want to give it a pass. I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this as a live, to be perfectly honest with you, was I wanted to do this as a live because I wanted people to see what was what. Honestly. Alright, let's clear out another. Do we have anything? Okay. Yeah. That'll clear out a blocker. See, let me show you. That'll clear out a blocker. Hopefully I'll be able to use it for some minerals. Are you done? No. Alright. So we can't settle there, but what we can do yet is we can claim it. Okay. Alright, let's do the naval capacity. Can we? Okay, not yet. Okay, this is a new alien. This is a brand new alien. I'm going to greet this guy positively because I just don't know yet. But if I can, I fully intend on taking him over. Now, do you see that 98 months? So we need to make some unity. So how are we doing? So we need to make unity. So let's make a little unity. Alright. So let's make a little bit of unity. So that'll make 9.88 unity for us per month. Alright, give me a second, I'll be back. Okay. Alright, so the thing about Stellaris is it's kind of real time with pause a little bit. It's a 4X game that's kind of real time with pause. So if you need to step away, you're going to want to pause. Also, it takes generally 2 hours in real life of constant playing for you to encounter aliens, typically. Though certainly not always. But like a general, I guess, general rule of thumb. Alright, so let's build these mining stations here. Let's also send this guy again for 60 and 90 because he's right next to that border. So we're just going to extend into what they call the Fire Cloud Nebula. And you'll notice as you explore more stuff will get named and more stuff will be discovered. This is a frigate. We're going to do the autocannon, I think. And we're also... Let's get some more... We're clearing a blocker. It's clearing a blocker, but it's also providing unity. Alright, now let's colonize Stellaris. Okay. So we're going to hit the colony button. We're going to say we're going to make this an urban world. You don't have to designate these, I just do. And we're going to colonize, and we're going to say Stellaris Prime right now. Sure, why not? And see that faction? That faction's going to make us a little more unity. And the reason we're colonizing planets, and this should be self-explanatory, but the reason you want to colonize planets is, frankly, it opens up slots to build your economy, to wage war, to on and on down the road, you know, on and on, etc., etc. Okay, that's a progressively bigger alien. Let's do that for 60 and 90. Alright. Okay, we're gonna need to make science, because you see that 204 months, we're definitely gonna need to make science, put it somewhere. And put it somewhere. So, like, that's a thing we're gonna do. Alright. And we're gonna need to send a scientist out here, because you won't progress the origin and it'll just get more and more, and if you don't, alright, so we'll send him out there as soon as he gets done with that. You guys, okay, you're the candidate for going out there. Well, I say that, but you just found an anomaly, so we're getting. Have you researched that anomaly? And it's a continental world. Get him to research that. We're gonna build the construction ship. We're gonna say this. It's in 28 months, and that's due to all the Unity I've created. Okay. Now, let me show you. I'm thinking exploring this would be, or doing that, because this just looks like a cutoff. Well, there's that way out there. There's also this. Okay. We're gonna pick the minerals. What is this? That's a wrecked orbital ring? Okay. What are we doing out here? Let's make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Build a research station. What are you doing? All right. Let's build some power. It does take a while to develop the game anyway. It takes a while. All right. Okay, what are we doing? What are you doing? Okay. Go out here. Huh. Alright. And it'll become, so the amount that we're making now will become more real. So we went to 32. Alright. Are you done? No, you're not done. Okay, these are archaeology hubs, and like they're worth it to a good extent, but at this early stage of the game, like you could literally tie up a scientist for a long time doing that. So like it depends on. Okay. All right, you're still working. All right, now we're going to pick our Ascension perk. These are really powerful bonuses to your empire. We're going to pick Mastery of Nature. This will give us extra districts and extra resources. Our max resource districts from planetary features. So we'll have more districts out of this. Did you finish? Okay. You finished. Now, if you would like to like do archaeology, you have to. It has to be in your borders. This isn't even finished yet. Alright, so it would be in the Decisions tab. And it would cost us 100 influence and 2,000 energy. And it would be like in a year. So if you want to just do this, you can just click this guy. Or actually, because he would have to go there. So he's already here. So this is the giant gas structure. So now Cirrus is complete. So there's 102 settlers. There's 89 open jobs. So what do we need? Well, we need consumer goods, but we also need minerals. So let's build a mineral district. And see right here, we're making 1 food. And so let's build some minerals, and then let's build a consumer good, some consumer goods. Alright, so this is going to do. And let's see. Alright, so we click on that. We're still working. I mean, it's going to be a long time. So this is like 40% habitable. But, I mean... Alright, let's check this out. Well, we get a bonus of society research. Now, on low habitability planets, there are debuffs. Essentially, like our pop growth speed is down. So, if we come into here, in the species tab, if we hover over this, so we're 40% habitable on Alpine because of the fact that we're so adaptable. Alright, so we just found, so like we'd be spending a lot in amenities to settle there, but we'd have new slots and whatever else. Alright, so now we're making one mineral, but if we come into the economy tab, we'll see that job is barely staffed. So if we resettle 100 humans, civilians, and we resettled some civilians, and you see the job is more staffed now. And we've gone to 6. And that's going to be the aliens. So this ship right now, it can handle it. But eventually, well, let me show you. Let's go ahead and take we're going to go ahead and put the dreadnought up here, because next time we were not going to be so lucky. Okay, we're also going to need to research the biological ship remains. Alright. So, let's build some consumer goods, shall we? We're increasing naval capacity, we're doing that. And the reason we need to do this is we're not making nearly enough consumer goods. Let's also colonize this sucker. We'll say you're a generator world. Alright. Now, you do have to advance along if you want to do anything in Stellaris. You do have to advance it along yourself. So, and we're ticking down through chapter 2 of this archaeology thing. Let's make sure this guy's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You see that outline right there? That's another empire. That's probably this guy. Okay. We're going to want to check him out. So, okay, this is a fallen empire, people. Don't declare war on fallen empires if you can help it. Alright. Okay, where are we here? Okay, he's done. Okay, we need to find a way out. So we're going to go survey that. Alright, we need to investigate this. We need to go into the situation log. I just don't have... Okay. Right now, it's more important for us to find a way out because we're right next to a fallen empire. We really can't go to war with them. Let's hope they don't wake up anytime soon. That'd be terrible. Alright. Alright, now, okay, this is why, these are the reasons you want to have to start with a dreadnought, because we need to take our little dreadnought over here, and we need to go clear this out, essentially in order to keep playing, like, almost. Alright, so we're going to select... Let's go expansion. Alright, so... By the way, not for nothing, but by the way, now these aliens are gonna hate us. But it is what it is. Alright. Like, not everything in Stellaris is all sunshine and rainbows. If you like playing sunshine and rainbows games, maybe this game isn't for you. I'm just throwing it out there. Really, I'm just throwing it out there. Alright, let's come into the management tab. Alright, we gained 11 people last month. How's this doing? Let's see what they... Okay, we should probably... Let's hit that up too. Are you still dig? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, he's still going. And like, maybe this is nothing, maybe it's something we, you know. I mean, I kind of know because I've done this game a bunch, but... Alright, so... Okay, and now this is the game, right? So... Alright, let's send the guy. We need to pay for another scientist. Put this scientist in here. Send this scientist over here. And you know, this game is about budgeting. This is sort of like budgeting. It's like, what do you want to do? You can't literally do everything in Stellaris. It's literally not possible. So it's like, some people think Stellaris is kind of an RPG that way. I'm having a soft drink here. Some people think Stellaris is an RPG like that, and it's really not. I mean, you're not going to be able to do everything in this game. Okay. Now let's see what happiness and wonderment this brought to us. Alright. Was that here? Uh-huh. Might it have been here? Alright, now let's say like we want to increase our naval capacity, because we do. We're going to build a stronghold. And we're going to check the economy out. And we're checking the economy out. We're checking the... We lost 6 people last month. That's not good. All right. Alright, I would like... So I'm moving people over to have all that stuff clicking. So I have the mines, the stronghold, and the consumer goods. And we need to upgrade this, and this will give us extra unity, which we sorely need. You don't ever want to be in a situation in this game where you don't have any unity. Like, you don't ever want to do that. Like, no. That's worth a reboot, actually. That, honest to God. Alright. So let's see. Alpha Centauri. Let's do energy from Alpha Centauri. I'd like energy from them. What are you doing? I'd like energy from you. Okay, let's go ahead and colonize these guys. We're going to say... Which way is basically out? Eureka! Alright, this is a pure civilization. So, this is a pure civilization. This right here. We're gonna get into basically a discovery phase and figure out who they are and what they're sort of about. We need that. I wonder, is this happening on Stellaris or is yeah, this is happening on, I think. Alright. Let's build a research lab. Alright. So this is us, like, we're researching about these people, we're discovering these Xenos, however you want to say it, and then we can formally meet them, and then we can, or, you know, go to war with them. And essentially what this is happening on Alpha Centauri, essentially what's going on is, like, so Stellaris is... What Stellaris is wars and the fallout from war, basically. Alright, let's get some food. In the situation, alright. At least that's how I prefer to play Stellaris. I cannot wait for this. Okay. I thought you were this one. Well, I mean, we gained a little bit of research. Was that worth it? You be the judge. Alright. Let's come down here. We need more unity. We need more unity. All right. Not built yet. Alright, is there a construction ship around? Alright. Finally, that'll give us more production from mines. Let's go with poplar speed. And let's build okay, so that builds that. This is going to build some administrative offices. We're going to have to move people over to staff. I just know that. Let's nab some. We've now moved to stage 3. Okay, we're stage 3 on that. Let's see if we have any blockers we can remove. Okay, where is... Okay, hang on. We need to get this guy up here. I forgot. Alright, we also need to start building... Okay, where is... Wow, what are you doing? Good Lord. Let's do a research project, why not? Whatever's going on with that, I sure want it. Okay, this is their territory. And we don't know that yet because, like, we're just at stage 3. So, like, we're gonna have to go to war with these. I mean, the whole purpose of Stellaris is basically, it's kind of like playing Monopoly without buying property. You know, like, you're gonna go to war, so you got to plan for it. We're gonna interrogate hostages. Okay, those are these guys here. What's our technology up to? Huh. For the purposes of this, we have to do that. Like, well, not right now, we don't. Let's do that. Oh. Are you anywhere in the zip code of finished? Are you anywhere? Okay. Can you build? Alright. So we're going to do the drone study. We need to send a scientist up there. So we need to put a scientist in here or whatever. Alright, so we're going to research that. Where are we with the society? Okay, we got 16 months. What are you doing? I need you doing that. I need you building. What in the world are you doing? Somehow I feel like, okay. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a peer empire. And sometimes with these birds, they can be gestalt. So we're going to put a spy in there so we can find out what's going on with them militarily, etc. And we're going to start claiming stuff. Why are we doing that? Frankly, because this is how to play Stellaris. What's the other reason? Well, this is a direct path into here. So we kind of need, if we want to expand any further, we have a fallen empire over this way. And we have sort of these guys over here. All right. So let's survey over here. Go on the situation log. Drone studies about half over, a little bit less. We've got a new leader. We can put that leader. We need to put that leader somewhere if we would like to do that. We need, and I mean need, to build what? Unity. So, first we're going to build some alloys, though. Because now we have somebody to go to war with. You can't dance if you don't have a partner. Alright, let's do the ancient rampart. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Gene clinics. If you haven't already guessed, I just have, I don't know, not the biggest fan of, what are those? How fallen is that fallen empire? Like, when we say fallen empire, alright. Yeah, that's a pretty fallen empire, alright. Alright, can we get out from that angle? No. So we basically have to go to war. So, essentially, if we want to expand more, and we do, because why would we be playing Stellaris if we didn't? Essentially, we have to expand. We have to go this way, which means we have to go to war with these guys. Yeah, okay. Who had the new, yeah. I mean, that's just the facts of life. That's just how to play this game. So, let's make sure everybody's alive in the... Yeah, okay. Alright, let's put in... I mean, for fun, let's do a material workshop. Why not? What do you got going on? Okay. Espionage. Where does it say, are we not gathering information? I guess we don't need to gather information in this. Well, there it is. Alright. Alright, okay. That finishes in 2 months. Alright. So, okay. So... And this will take down, and eventually it'll tell us, like, what's going on. But I've played enough Stellaris to know that we can pretty much probably take these guys if we're careful. Or at least part of them. Just curious. Like, I'm legit curious. Yeah, you're not gonna let me come in here. Alright. Are you not done building? Hang on. Somebody built me. Okay. Well, let's see. We should probably build. Alright, we're gonna have, okay. And this gets more and more, and this comes up there, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alright. Or 60% breakthrough chance on phase 1. 80%. We're going to phase 2. Alright, you've gathered information. Let's check out pathetic. That's almost all I need to know. That's almost all I need to know. Okay, Eureka. This is a planet. We're going to take it over. Is it one planet or... Yeah, it's one planet. Okay. All right. So, here is essentially the deal. We're going to take over these two systems here. This system, because it's a pathway into that system. We're going to see if we can... We're going to have to claim... Alright, so... We need to save room on the star bases. Alright. We need to build... Not here, we don't. Build some... What are you actually doing? Let's see if they've got... Yeah, okay. Alright. So kind of in the next episode, what I'm going to do is show you how to go to war. But essentially, and if you'll notice, like if I come in here and if I come in my OBS here, we've been doing this for right at 2 hours. So that's how long it takes, essentially, just to get at it. And the Habitable World Survey. I think that's the Habitable World Survey. Let me check. No, that's the Dancing Plague neutralized. Alright. Let's check out that leader. Ooh, boy, that's a lot of unity we'd have to pay her. I don't know if she's worth it. Like, I don't know that anybody's worth that much. Let's go Kale Guns. Alright. Let's check this out. Alright. Alright. So, where's Society. Oh boy, we need to make Unity. Alright, let's build a station away from the aliens. Yeah, let's also build one of those. Let's also come into here. We can't get rid of that yet. Well, you can contribute food. Alright, let's go with a shipyard. And let's also build a power station. And that got it down. Let's see if the cities can. I'm just checking to see if the cities can do anything for me other than be cities, and I don't think they can. Alright, so let's look at the economy here. Huh. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna have to go to war. Alright, so this is one of those times where you literally have to go to war in Stellaris just to be able to even progress, if you will. So what we're gonna do is war in Stellaris is essentially a two-phase process. And the first phase is the space, and then you have the army. So right now I'm making what they call the second fleet. And let's see if I can change the name. Of the aforementioned second fleet. I think I can. No, I don't. There it is. There it is right there. $258, and there it is counting against the naval cap. So let's build some army units. I'd like to get to 1,000 if I could. We're gonna have to. We're probably gonna have to buy some energy and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, they're coming down here. Alright, they're coming down here. They're Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to buy energy for this. Let's build a frigate society. Got 22 months on the third one. Alright. Can we... Let me see if we can even do this. Let me see if we can maybe tell. Yeah, we I don't know. I do not know. Alright, keep building army. We're diplomatically meeting people. Point of order, but that species we just air quotes met. They live on a volcano, so that's neat. Alright, let's unlock some max generator districts. Good lord. How about clearing out some dense jungle? Eep. Alright, can we maybe build? Let me see. Oh boy. Well, that cleaned out a single solitary square. So hey. Absolutely. Please make more power. Yeah, you are not making enough power. Plain and or simple. Let me see if I can... maybe do some mastery of nature. Well, that's not nearly enough unity, but we're going to have to make more unity later. Alright, now... I don't know. I've done it both ways. I've done it where this pitiful amount of army was not nearly enough, and I've done it where it was plenty. So I think it's going to come down to the war score, and it's going to come down to like the war score we start off with, and it's going to come down to like maybe just one planet. And there's also that thing. I mean, we need the dread. It's going to only work because of the dreadnought. This would only work because of the dreadnought, number one. Number two, we have to be back to deal with that. So, yeah. All right. I mean, I've done this both ways. That army's not nearly big enough. Like, I know that. I know that army's not anywhere near big enough. I mean, maybe. Well, I don't know. It depends on. I mean, it entirely depends on how much army is in these. It entirely depends on that. Plus the warlord's about to die. I mean, I'd like it to be bigger. What year is it? All right. So we put a guy in here. It'll be more. So now that's literally like 1,000. which that's, I mean, you know, that's pretty decently sized. I'm just waiting for these 2 frigates to make. And then, I guess like in the next episode, we'll do the war. How about it? So, this has been Metallic Penguin. And don't forget to give a like, share, and a comment. And like I always say, you're lapping everybody on the couch. And just for the record, in terms of real time, we've been at this approximately 2.5 hours. I mean, so that's like if you're just wanting to know, in terms of this game, like how long it takes to air quote start conquering stuff. Normally, we're talking 2 hours. All right, everybody.